Right, so we're at Stuchbury HQ, where all the magic happens and the work happens. Me and Peter are going to have a good chat with him about his career and everything involved with stock cars, building them, life away from a track, life at the track, and everything in between. So, yeah, we've got lots of stuff here to look at, as you can see. Couple of bits we can't show you just to the left of the camera here. Probably see a tiny little glimpse, but yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Gold, silver, another silver. Now I think he's got another gold in and up the top corner as well.
When did I get? What was it? 2014 when I went to Skegness.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I was stopping at obviously one race at Skegness, and then I went to Tom's house and went to Bellevue the day after. And I had like the day off on the Monday. We made that win, and he said, "I'll tell you what, we'll go to see Dave King at Car Body and choose a colour for it." So we went down there to choose a colour, and he goes, bring it down, I'll paint it for you for nothing. But that's just like a tin and lacquer, it's not even paint.
It looks nice though, don't it?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do my intro. So what am I looking at here then, Kev?
So that is my car from 2003, my original car. Which I obviously, when I done my first full season.
Is that when you won your first world final with?
No, well, yes, it is, yeah. As well as my first national points as well.
And what about this one here?
This car is obviously Stuart Ridley's car, which was my car I raced in 2004, 2005. I built and won the world final in 2008 at Skegness.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for this original chassis then, your first one? Have you had that since you raced it? Was it coming back to you?
Original plan was I started rebuilding it. I was going to rebuild it and sell it, but it's never got done. And I don't know now. I might end up scrapping it. I got all the bits, so I was thinking of just building a new one. But we will see when we get time.
Hot Stuff's heritage. Start a movement.
Yeah, he's sitting on some history there, mate, to be fair to them two. It's a shame it ain't day one, really, isn't it? Go on.
What's the plans for this one?
Obviously, we would like to sell it. Obviously, early last year, Stuart unfortunately passed away with cancer. So the plan is to try, if anyone wants to buy it, it's here to come and buy.
Who do they get in touch with if anybody is interested?
Me is best person to speak to. Me or Neil.
This is one's pretty much complete, ready to go, and it less engine.
Yeah, just less engine.
Yeah.
Gearboxes in it. Everything will be in it. Just less engine.
Yeah, I'll add some photos in with it when we do this. So there you go. That's pretty good.
Right, so this one's one of Lee Allen's or Ben Allen's for this year. You built this originally, didn't you?
Yeah, I built it originally for Sam Wainwright. Part build, and he finished it off.
How long ago was that?
You're asking. I was fixed 10 years ago.
So it's been on the V8 stock car tour with a Chevy in it. You're converting it back to hot stocks.
Yeah.
So what are you having to do to get it ready to drop a Rover back in so Lee or Ben can use it this year in the V8 hot stocks?
I'll have to change all the suspension, that'll all fall in on it. Change all the engine mounts, because obviously I had engine mounts for a Chevy. And put a new roof plate in it, because the roof plate was only 3mm, so weren't regulations, needed 5.
And this one's about ready to go out now, is it?
Yeah, just got to put new side rail on it and new bumper, and put the axle back in. It's about ready then.
Just saying, there's some work involved when you look around, and I don't think it's something I'll be wanting to do. It's hard 'cause I'm trying not to get out in the corner. What? Did you consciously keep all your wings, did you?
Yeah, can't get rid of the gold and the silver, can you? Mental of it.
We're in the trophy room. Don't disappear, Kev. You got to tell us what some of these are.
I don't know.
You don't know? Are they all Neil's?
Cheap heat winners, probably. No.
Oh, no, they're not.
What we got?
I see a British Championship up here, I think I saw.
Oh, yeah, British. Where's that from? Buxton.
Buxton.
Third place, though. I don't know which one.
Oh, is it?
2013.
Where are the world titles? Are they at home on the mantelpiece?
Probably in the loft.
The loft. Oh dear.
I don't know if there's any. Oh no, there's the last. There's the last one I won. That'd be one from Buxton.
That was a good world final, that one.
That was a good world final.
That come down to quite late in the race, didn't it?
Last bend.
Last bend, yeah.
What would you say best world final is you won?
Best world final I've won.
Yeah.
I suppose most people would say the first one, wouldn't they? But I don't know. The last one I won was quite a good world final.
Between you and Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
There's a Brian Jolly trophy here that should be on your mantelpiece, Guy, really.
Oh, I think that's a sore subject as well.
We'll have to talk about that later. Yeah. He's gone skulking in here now. Yeah. Is this what your trophy room looks like, Jollers?
Not as many.
Not as many? Is that because you give them away or just...
No, just not as many.
Just not one so many?
No. I think you have given a few away, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. Buxton give out some nice ones, don't they? Plenty of history.
Guys,
Do you keep them all, or do some of them get given away or thrown away?
I started giving away towards the end because there's too many of them.
Too many. Oh, yeah, that's what you got to aspire to, Jollers.
Mm.
Too many, got to give them away. Find out.
Hello?
Give me a question.
Testing, 1, 2.
Oh, wait for that to warm up a bit. A bit cold.
Good bit of the kettle cooked, Jollers.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right, here we are again. We're off on our jolly adventures, and this time we found ourselves at Stutchbury HQ. So thank you very much, Kev, for having us.
No problem.
We've already had a good look round, and Garl put some of the footage in as well. So we'll start off just with an introduction to yourself. Tell us who you are, formulas you've raced, some of the more major championships, and also talk a little bit about Neil and other sort of family connections as well.
Yeah, so obviously, yeah, you know who I am. Neil being my brother, he raced V8s before I did, and then I sort of come into it, and as Neil was like towards the end of his career, started and went on from there really.
And just for those watching, obviously former world champion, national points champion, how many times?
I won the points 9 times. 9 times points. 5 times world. I think the British 4 or 5, and the European probably the same. I think.
How many did Neil win?
He won the European once, but I think that was it.
Right, so you talked a little bit there about kind of you coming in towards the end of Neil's career. How did your racing career begin? What's your connection with stock cars? Did you race any junior formulas?
No. I was straight into V8s straight away. Didn't have the funds to race minis. Nobody had time for minis. So yeah, I was sort of. My dad's always been a mad keen stock car fan and that, and then obviously going with Neil when I was younger to the V8 meetings, and yeah, sort of from there on really.
So why the V8s when you came into it? When Neil came into it, why
I think
was it the V8?
Because Neil was in it and racing, it was just the ideal thing to do. Really. I never really looked at anything else. obviously Neil had the spares, basically the foundations were there for me to start.
Yep, and so that first car, because obviously you're a well-known car builder, first car you raced, was that when you built yourself, or did you pick one up?
But the car in the container, that was actually Neil's before mine. So Neil and his mate built it for Shale, it was, because he had a Mick Rogers car for tarmac. So yeah, he built it, and then obviously before my first full season in 2003, I was just having the old go here and there in that one, and if Neil was racing that on Shale, I'd race his tarmac car on Shale just to have a few goes. And then, yeah, come 2003 is when I decided I want to have a full go at it and see what we could do, basically.
So take us right back to the beginning. So you've raced no other stock car formulas before the V8s?
No.
So what's your first meeting? When did you first go out?
I think, I remember Neil had an old Ans Kiramar car, he raced on Shale. And I think I turned 16 on the Tuesday or Wednesday in the week, and I raced at Northampton at the weekend after. I got my mum to sign me, she had to sign me licence for me. But yeah, that was my first sort of go in a stock car, basically.
Had you any practice in those days? Or
No.
driving it around the yard? Or
I think the practice was, I'd had to go around the pits. I think Neil had a practice day at Northampton once. I had to go around the pits to get, obviously, the hang of the car and that. And yeah, I think my first practice would have been meeting practice.
And straight out?
And straight out, yeah.
So similar to Guy, because you didn't race any junior formulas either.
No.
So were you straight in when you had your V8? Had you done anything beforehand?
No, not really. I'm sort of like probably same as Kev. You obviously go karting and that with your mates, don't you? But similar sort of trajectory, really. Dad followed the F1s, and it was just just wanted to do something. But again, budget wasn't there, obviously, to like ideal world. You'd all love to do F1s, but yeah, budget wasn't there. So sort of V8's the next best thing, so to speak.
So you jumped straight into a senior formula and obviously went on to be one of the most successful drivers in the formula. So do you think you were at a disadvantage in those early days having not raced a Mini? Because we know a lot of drivers that have come in from junior formulas. The Minis have got a long history as well. Did you feel you were at a disadvantage when you started?
I don't know. I don't think when I started there was many sort of Mini drivers and that come into V8s. There's a few. Obviously, as I started my first full season, Stuart Smith had just finished in 2002, but I'd raced a few meetings with him. Yeah, I think the main person to beat was Mick Rogers.
So just a case of learning on the job,
yeah,
as you were.
Yeah.
So we'll talk obviously a bit more about your driving career, but you're a well-known car builder as well. At what point did you decide you were going to build a car and start building more? How did that all come about?
So obviously the first car we built was the Ridby car, what you see in the container. That's the first one we sort of built I built with help from other people. And then obviously it weren't until, when would it have been? 2010, 2012 is when I built my first tarmac. My first sort of yellow tarmac car I had was my first one I sort of built myself, basically, which turned out to be quite a good car.
That's the one everybody thought was like a Tom Harris copy, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone thought, yeah. But no, yeah, it's built myself. And
was that always the aim from when you came in, that you wanted to build your own cars? Or
not really.
Why did you start making that decision when you could just buy a car that's for sale?
I think I had obviously got the facilities and stuff and wanted to learn. I knew a bit and build my own and see. Do you know what I mean? Rather than there weren't really many people building cars. I always think if you want to beat someone who's at the top, you've got to really have a go building it. I mean, it might not have paid off, but I think I've been lucky enough. Most of my cars have been pretty successful.
How many have you built? Do you know?
No, I lost count.
No, lost count.
Definitely double figures, but I wouldn't know how many I've built.
And who are some of the other drivers that have had success in cars that you've built in a formula?
Obviously, Thomas Brighton got two cars. Both his cars are ones I've built. I know he's reworked them quite a bit, but yeah, they're two I've rebuilt. Obviously, Steve Thompson had a Shale car. They reworked, so that was one of mine. Who else? That's probably Ollie Spencer. Yeah. So yeah, he's had quite a bit of success.
And there's still a lot about now. Who's now is racing a Stutchbury built car?
Obviously, main person would be Thomas Brighton. And I don't know who else would be racing now in one of my cars.
Just to be clear while we're on that, so I know obviously you done me a tarmac car. Did you build the car I'm in now or not, or was that a Neil build?
That had been Neil build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any input in that, or was it just sort of like
that car you got now was built alongside the car was in the container, the grey one, which was my car for the car I won the Skegness World Final 2008.
So how old's that one that you're racing now then?
I think that's 2004, 2005. That car is.
That must be 20 years.
That's got to be one of the oldest out there.
Yeah, we're getting on, man.
Yeah, it's got to be, and still competitive on both surfaces. Not quite had such a good tarmac season, but.
So I say to everybody, and it's not like a good notch to yourself. Like your cars, they're fast, but they're stock cars as well, aren't they? They're not got any silly stuff on them that cause you issues. So.
That's the I always thought when I was building cars and like racing myself, I didn't want something was going to go to the track and be unreliable. So I was never keen on power steering or anything because I didn't want it with a manual box. It's pretty reliable and it ain't going to let me down. I want to be going to the meetings and doing every race and not loading up halfway through the meeting.
Yeah. So we'll touch there on the fact that you're only racing one car. Have you got to have a tarmac and a shale car to get to where you got to in the Hot Stocks Formula?
I think it probably helps. I know, like in my first year, I only had one car, and obviously I won the points in 2003 when I done my first full season. But it's like going from changing it from tarmac to shale and vice versa. It could take you half the meeting to get it right.
To find that setup again.
To find that setup again with the brakes and that. So yeah, at least you know if you've got one car, you can straight away at the meeting.
Ready to go.
You're there or somewhere abouts.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, because we're a professional outfit, we've done our research here. So shout out to Neil Fry, who often gives us lots of stats and things. So we've got, if this is correct, we've got you at 64 final wins, which puts you right at the top of the leaderboard. Ray Witt's on 63, but he did win a Speed with V8 final. So you can argue amongst yourselves about whether that puts him on par with you. We've talked about this a little bit before we started. When do you think your first final win was?
I'm guessing it'd have to be my first full season. I won a final.
Any idea what track?
No.
We didn't do enough research. We thought we'd done.
It might have been a Coventry. I remember winning the final at Coventry. But
you're on 12. 12 final wins?
12 or 13, is it?
12 or 13. So you have got a little way to go. How long until we're in the 60s?
When I'm in a coffee.
When he's in the 60s.
Right, so you might not remember your first final win, but you must remember first world final win, 2007?
Yeah.
So tell us where that was. What do you remember of becoming world champion for the first time?
That was in the old car, but my car, the grey car was in the container. I decided I was going to new car, so we built that car, but I never found it it weren't a very good car to start with, and I didn't have much confidence in it. So I resorted back to the old car, and I think I'd not done many shale meetings in that car before the world final. And I can't remember if I started on pole or outside front, but I sort of kept out of trouble because I weren't that confident with it. And as the laps went on, it seemed, oh, it's all right, this is. And now I think there was Darren Cottrell, there's Mark Allen, I think, and somebody else. And there's four racing, and Mark Allen knew everywhere. So they both got tangled up in it. I was Darren Cottrell and me. I was catching him. And Darren Cottrell back in his day, he was a really hard shale driver. And I thought, I was sort of biding my time because I knew I had one chance to get rid of him. Because if I didn't do it properly, he was going to have me. And I remember we come up behind a back marker, and I thought, this is probably my chance. And I hit him, and I think he didn't hit the back marker, but I think he ended up going round the outside of him, and I got the inside, which gave me enough distance. And from then on, it was like I just pulled away, and I think I finished about half a lap in front.
So what track was that at?
Kings Lynn.
That was Kings Lynn.
I think that was the last World Final to be had at Kings Lynn as well, wasn't it?
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure it would be, yeah. I can't remember ever doing one. We've done British research.
We've done European and British there.
I know that's a bit, but yeah, I think that was the last gold roof. I was looking at it somewhere when I was trying to dig some photos.
So at that point, you hadn't been a stock car driver for many seasons, really. So going into that World Final, you said you started towards the front. Did you think that you had a chance of winning that?
No, I didn't think I had a chance. I weren't that confident at Shale. Shale car wasn't that brilliant. I didn't think I had a chance of winning it.
So you mentioned pulling away from Cotterill. When you're a stock car driver and you're leading a World Final, at what point did you realise you were going to win it? Was it when the checker flag came down, or did you know in the last few laps that you were going to win that World Final? I
think the last few laps, I knew, stood a good chance. I had a clear track, and it's just a matter of, as long as everything stayed together, we was all right.
Did you think you'd go on to win another 4?
No.
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 Which one was the best of the 5 you've won? Was there one that stands out because you had to work a bit harder for it, or one that you enjoyed more?
I don't know. Obviously, the last one at Buxton, that was a good World Final. I know. I thought, to be fair, it was over at the beginning. Steve got a good start, and I thought he was always good round Buxton, and I thought, it's game over now. But no, we managed to obviously caught him. We had our battles for a few laps, and then I know, like the last bend, that was where I was going to leave it, and that was my chance. And that whatever happened, even if we both went in the fence, I had to have a go.
I think as well, what was funny about that race is like you guys are in such a different league. I think you guys lapped up to 4th place. I think, which was crazy when you think in modern time.
I think Steve Thompson told me when you put him in, the steering wheel popped off in his hands when he went in. So that was proper stock car laugh. What's your best finish in a World Final?
4th or 5th.
Where's that?
Coventry, I think. I think it was a year I was starting behind you, second row. And,
which was that? Which year was that?
When everybody started running out of fuel. So we had stoppages.
Is that the year when you had one race, or?
No, 2016, Joycey, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it had like 20 stoppages, and towards the end, everybody was running out of fuel.
Yeah, I ran out of fuel.
So other than those World Finals, are there any other particular races, because there are other championships and memorial trophies and things, are there any that really stick out that you're really particularly proud of because of how you won them perhaps, or what you had to do to win them?
I don't know,
because we've seen a lot of trophies in trophy room.
With whichever championship you win, it's nice to win in it. But yeah, they're all special, I suppose, in one way or another.
Because I know I'm pretty sure what you're going to say if I ask you that. What's your best win, most special win?
Under 25 was a good one because it was the inaugural year. A good final win at Coventry in 2016, which would have been its final year. And I guess like Kev said, all the slightly bigger races, not been fortunate enough to get one of the majors yet. But
I was anticipating you would say winning Lads Memorial, to be honest.
Well, no, obviously that would be like, but I thought he was referencing like title races.
Yeah,
but yeah. Obviously that meant the most to me personally and the family, and I think that definitely. But it was more of an emotion thing, if that makes sense as well.
So while we touch on that, just tell us about that first year, that first Brian Jolly Memorial Trophy. So that was Mildenhall. Just talk us through that race. What happened there?
He's probably going to say it's different to what I'm going to say.
What's your version of events?
Got away, got a nice pulled out a good lead. Always been quite good at Mildenhall, in fairness. Couldn't see anybody in my mirror, and then with about 4 laps to go, started seeing a silver roof looming up, and I thought he's not going to get me. And then with a lap to go, I thought probably if he wants to go for it here, he's got a chance. And then because you must have been on rails, because I knew we were going well, and you were still reeling us in. And then it's tough. I come out one to go, and I knew he was behind me at this point, and I thought, do I brake? Do I try and go in deep? Do you try and hold you on the brakes? Because you don't know what to do, really.
The brakes got stuck on, didn't they?
Yeah. So, I took the easier route in a corner, and you just got enough to get me in
and pushed you wide.
Stuff, and slipped through. But jokes aside, I come back in the pits afterwards, and if my dad was looking down on that, we had family here, and even all them said it. If in a different circle you would have say let me have, it wouldn't have felt right on my shoulders. Well, I'm glad you done what you done. Really,
people said to me, "Why didn't you let him win?" I thought, well, it's not in my nature to let people win. If you want to win, you got to work for it.
And a thing that's not away from the actual trophy and everything, we always make a good effort to raise some good sponsorship on a meeting, and there was actually some decentish money on it. So and as I said, whether it's Kev or anybody, if you're just going to follow us around, it wouldn't sit right with me. So I'm glad you've done it, really.
Yeah.
So obviously you two have always got on fairly well. Kev does work on your cars and things. It's quite a close-knit community, the hot stocks community. Does it ever cross your mind that, that car in front of someone I get on really well with, that's me mate, I'm perhaps going to take it a bit easy? Or does it, once the green flag goes down, you don't care who they are, you're going to find a way past?
I think, you got to be like that, and it's no good messing about. You got to get, when you're starting at the back and you got 30 odd cars past, it doesn't matter who it is really. You just got to get on with it.
9 national points championships. You've spent most of your career starting at the back there.
Yeah.
The V8 Hot Stocks National Points Championship is a bit more traditional in the sense that the driver who earns the most points is the silver roof.
Yeah.
Obviously, the F1s have gone down a different route. It's added a lot of spice. It's really promoted the sport. For the hot stocks, and I'll ask both of you this, do you think sticking with the national points the way it is the correct way to do it? Or do you think maybe the Formula would benefit from some kind of shootout style thing?
I'll let you go first.
My personal opinion is I don't think it would work, a shootout in hot stocks. Because I just don't think, you obviously haven't got the car numbers and stuff. And you want, to me, you're going to get people pick and choose more meetings, what I do. To me, it's, if you're quite consistent, you're quite easy getting the top 10 in V8s to save you won't have to do all the meetings and you'd be ready. You could save your kit for the shootout. So then you're going to get those meetings suffer for car numbers. And you know what it's like trying to get car numbers at meetings in V8s. You have good meetings and you get bad meetings, don't you? But I just think you would suffer more.
Go on.
Yeah, to be honest, I said all along, I said, I do think V8 needs a bit more spice at the end of the year, but I've always said messing with a silver roof shouldn't be done because like Kev said, it's not F1s, and I'm not saying this in a bad way to any drivers, but there's still a lot of people in V8s that aren't fortunate enough to have facilities at the track and at home to just go and put it on a line, are they?
No.
And you smash somebody up 1 week, that's all well and good, but then if they're not going to come out for a month after that, it's just downgrading the formula. And I've been in racing at the same meetings, and you'll get onto it later, but 2021 just sticks in my head. There was Kev involved, and you had 3 drivers, even in a way it was, going at it in a final meeting of a year, and there's just a handful of points in it, wasn't
there? Yeah. And
I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and that's done over a full season, so you don't really need to mess with something that's, kind of is still working. So
you mentioned 2021 there. Was that the year you had that really big crash at Bradford?
21, was it? I've been 21. I think, possibly.
You had the car, was it rebuilt just for the World Final, to get to the World Final that year?
Yeah.
So that, you've probably got some pictures, put some pictures in. The car was a real state after that. Was that one of the bigger incidents you've been involved with? What some of the most sort of destructive moments?
I think when you look back at it, I was pretty lucky to get out of that and with no damage really, or no injuries to myself.
Do you remember what you had to do to the car to get it straight, to get it back out?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work. It had to be recaged, and to be honest, we rushed it to get it ready and never really had a chance to set it up or anything. It was just get it ready to race, and that was about it.
Because I think it was it real last minute? Because I remember, I think we were waiting for the parade or something, and you were still waiting. Did Tom bring your wing?
Yeah, Tom brought the wing.
Still waiting.
And put stickers on it at the track. So yeah,
last minute.
It was last minute to get it ready.
So throughout your time in the hot stocks, we talked a little bit about Steve Thompson. You had a great rivalry with Steve Thompson towards the end of your career. It was always really good value watching you both. Who are some of the drivers that have been really big rivals, or drivers maybe that you liked racing against because you thought they pushed you to the edge a bit?
I think all through my career, I had quite a few drivers I enjoyed racing with. Even my first season with Mick Rogers. Yeah, we had some. Obviously, it got close towards the end, and we had some battles, but it was always friendly in that off track and stuff like that. And then, you look at back through the years: Chris Braysher, Ollie Spencer, Craig Smith, any of. I wouldn't say there's Adam Joyce. I wouldn't say there's anyone I didn't really enjoy racing with.
Just happy to be out there and be pushed and mix it with whoever's at the top.
Yeah, we
had a chat like this a year or two ago with Craig Smith. And spent most of it talking about various bands and things. And I know that Guy wanted to touch on this with you. So, like we say, the history books put you as one of the most successful drivers in the Formula's history, but you have been on sort of the wrong side of the hot stocks law as such. No. So, Guy, I know you've been dying to ask about bands. Now's your time.
Well, I actually, until Kevin Lighton, just thought it was just one band. I didn't realise there was two. So, I let you take a mantle to one. You had one for Craig Smith.
Yeah.
And then your other for a little altercation in the rules, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I'll let you take up the mantle.
So, the one with Craig was, obviously, it went to the last meeting. It was for the points. Craig was pretty quick that meeting, and that was when we was doing double points in the last meeting. And I think it come down to the last race, or was it the final or something? Was there final? Do we have a Grand National then?
This is actually on YouTube, so I'll have a bit.
What track are we?
Coventry. So it was. I think it was the final. Yeah, I don't know if Craig won both heats, but I weren't as quick as Craig. And to be fair, It was one of those things. I didn't have to do it, but it was one of those split second decisions. I think Richard Burt had put him in the fence, and I decided I was going to, basically finish him off. I thought I'm not going to the last meeting of the year after leading the points all this time and losing it on the last meeting. So that split second decision, I decided to finish him off and drove in his back wheel.
So when you get a ban, does that happen straight away at the meeting? Did you get called in somewhere? What happened after that?
No, obviously,
because that's at the end of the season. So how does that?
That was after the end of the season. But back then, you see, that's when you I think got banned at the end of the season. But your ban, say it was a 6-month ban, it was through out of season. So I think I ended up missing one meeting.
So what was a ban actually for? Because I know you said back wheel, but was that a ban on a fence?
Well, he was parked up in the fence. So
that's strategic. If you're going to do it so your ban's over the close season.
Yeah. I remember all this because I think we was actually parked. I don't know if it was directly next to you or whether we was two down, but we was. I remember that being a bit tense. It's one of our children in need night on one of them Friday nights.
It might have been, Friday night,
all in the name of charity, plough into somebody.
Yeah.
And what about the engine then? Tell us about that.
So this was the same year. So my engine obviously got sealed because I won the points, and it went. Obviously, Roy Allen was building engines, but the guy who had done all his machine work and that built the heads and put all the valves in. And So we went to engine stripping, and they stripped the engine, took a valve out the head, and it was too far over the size of what it should be. So with like 2 foul is nothing, but rules are rules, and it was over.
I was going to say, it's not even a fag paper, is
No.
it? So.
Yeah, so obviously I got banned for that then, which obviously, no, that's the thing when you're relying on other people do your work and sitting there, you just don't know. I mean,
How long was that ban for?
Well, I got that band overturned.
Okay.
It was when we was obviously, because it was part of the BSCDA, it went to the BSCDA, I appealed it, and they overturned it. So, yeah, I was lucky to get away with it.
So who did it for? Was it a machinist error in the machine?
Yeah, obviously, Roy told the guy what size the valves had to be or whatever, and he never done them to the size they were supposed to be.
I know, in the past, me and Roy spoke about it, and he said like similar, said it was like nothing. He said you felt like you was victimised.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
It was like absolutely nothing.
No.
Nobody's fault really, but.
So you mentioned the BSCDA there, so we'll talk about it, and then you can decide whether. Mind you, you're not on the board now, so we can talk about whatever we want now. We don't care anymore. So the hot stocks are no longer under the BSCDA. You talked about their involvement there with that decision and the ban being overturned. Is that positive for the formula to no longer be involved? Has there been any real major changes since? Because how long's that been now? Year or two?
Probably 3 years now. I think that was sort of around the time you.
Yeah, it was that.
Roughly, give or take.
Yeah, so when did I finish? 2022.
Yeah.
And then it must have went 1 year. So was it 2004? You broke away from BSCDA?
2024, yeah, might have been, or 23.
24, sorry, yeah.
Has that benefited the formula? Go for it. You're not on the board.
No, I'm not. I don't mind if it's. Do you know what? I think a lot of the doom and gloom people thought when we left you wasn't going to get the meetings, and obviously now you've quite proved you are still getting good meetings. And obviously I can't publicly say now, but obviously we've seen some of the fixtures for this year, and when you look at some of the dates you are on with, I think that was just scaremongering. But then there is probably instances which I personally think if you were still with a BSCDA, you'd probably have a bit more push behind you on certain incidents. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit on a fence, but I don't really think it's made too much difference, really, personally.
What do you reckon, Kev, from your experience?
I don't know. Yeah, they could probably help you on certain things and that, but yeah, I don't think you know worse off. And I suppose you still got your ORCI for certain things, haven't you?
Yeah. So I know you've seen a draft fixture list. So we talked about obviously the board. You were involved with the board. Have you ever been involved in any of the management of the formula?
Yeah, I had a spell where I was on the board, but not sort of at the back seat, but nothing like chairman or anything like that.
So we know Neil was chair for quite a few seasons, wasn't he?
Yeah.
2, 3?
Yeah, quite a few, I think, weren't it?
Yeah, 2 or 3 seasons, I think.
Does that ever cause any kind of issues? Well, obviously having Stutchbury being a top driver, but then you've got Stutchbury who's the chairman of the formula. Did it ever cause any kind of conflicts?
I don't think it did. I mean, I thought it might, but no, I don't think it did. I think everyone sort of wanted Neil to do it, I think, because there weren't really no other options around, and he was seen with because he'd raced before and connections with the people doing the BSCDA and that. I think they wanted him on.
Because I mean, he's still involved a lot. We see the name on a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So you've got on yours, haven't you?
Yeah.
So who else? Obviously, we've got F1s as well. So where are people going to have seen the Stutchbury name on the sponsors on people's cars?
Obviously, you got on guys. Thomas Brighton, I think, has got on his. Obviously, big Tom Harris sponsors Tom Harris. Paul Hines. They've done Paul Hines for years now, I think. So yeah.
So you're both still quite heavily involved in stock cars.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about retirement in a moment, but now you have retired from racing, what are the things that you're doing now? Are you going to the meetings? Is it all workshop stuff? What are you doing now within stock cars?
I go to meetings, probably not as many as what I'd like to go to, but I do. And yeah, a lot of it's workshop refurbs and new builds, which I thought when I retired it might stop, but it seems to have got busier.
And do you go looking for work, or does work come to you?
No, I don't go looking for work. I mean, it's only my weekend job. I still go to work 5 days a week. So yeah, I don't really go looking for it.
So what are you doing Monday to Friday? Just
Monday to Friday, I work for a steel fabrication firm out on site, just putting basically everything up, from balconies, staircases, buildings.
Putting things together.
Yeah.
So we talked kind of about Neil kind of being involved sponsoring F1s and things. I think for a lot of people, they'll often look at things like hot stocks and see that they're feeder formulas. We've had a lot of drivers that have come through, gone into F1, become world champions. Is that something that ever appealed to you? Was there ever a possibility of you having an F1?
I think I would love to F1 and go F1s, but the problem is, I think it's my competitive side. If I'd gone F1s, I wanted to be at the top, in the top 5 or 10, whatever you want to say. I'd want to be superstar. And to do that, I think in F1s, I know how much people spend on F1s. If people say they could race an F1 cheaper than the V8, your top spec F1 is not going to be nowhere near.
It just comes down to budget.
It just comes down to budget, really.
Yeah.
That's why I never done it. And I weren't prepared to go, because if I started in F1s, I'd be starting from red. And I weren't prepared to start as a red top in F1s in a car weren't going to be competitive, because I think be in the fence every meeting and end up getting fed up with it.
Did any other formulas ever interest you? Have you ever been tempted? Have you raced any of the formulas? I know you've had go in a saloon, and
I've never raced anything else. I've never been one to go and ask people to have a go in their cars. I've never really been offered anything to have a go in. But
just there, we was all, I think it was me, you and Catherine, was all going to race Garvanite, weren't we, using Paul's car?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because I watched them in practice, and I'd just say he was rapid, because we was watching, and I thought, geez, he's going to make me look like a twitter. Because he was in Paul
Hines' car.
I don't know whose Catherine's in. I was in
I think it was Catherine in Tom's.
Yeah, I can't remember though exactly. But then obviously unfortunate circumstances, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never happened again, did it?
No.
Yeah, it ended up being a real tragic night in the recent history of the formula. So, when did you decide to retire? What brought you there? Because you were on top, still winning the big championships. At what point did you say, "I've had enough of this now"?
I was going to sort of retire before around like 2019, 2020 COVID. But obviously COVID started, and I sort of had a break, and it sort of gave me a bit of a refresh, if say, and a bit of time off. Do you know what I mean? So, and then obviously I decided to do a few more years, and I wouldn't say I got fed up with it. It's just, I don't know, it became more of a chore maybe, rather than, do you know what I mean? Like I had to go. It sort of got as a routine, and it comes. I think it just comes to the stage. It's time for a change.
So when you packed up, you sold everything: cars, transporter.
Yeah.
Well, then there was no temptation just to keep anything.
I mean, I have still got.
You know you've got things.
I have still got stuff to build a car, but yeah. But I think because I'm busy doing other stuff, I've never really got bored of it. I haven't had chance to stop and think I miss the racing, because I'm still heavily involved in the racing.
I suppose that's the thing, because you're doing, obviously not everything we can feature on camera, as we've discussed, but like a lot of the stuff you're doing next door, keeping you sort of heavily involved, say, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes too much, and I get annoyed with it, but I would say I'm still heavily involved in stock cars.
I mean, you mentioned going to meetings. Is there no niggling temptation when you're stood watching on the terrace that you fancy getting back in and going out?
There's talks of it. I've been offered it before for Gav Smith and Michelle car, but I think
That'd be coming.
it might be coming just to show him how to drive it, basically.
Will you keep all the wheels on the ground though?
Oh,
He doesn't like to do that.
oh, I'm gonna make him look stupid. I'm going to win both heats in the final.
Right, so we talked about retirement. Let's just let's talk about the formula in general a bit. It's been a good year for car numbers. 2025 was a good year for car numbers. Some new drivers coming in. Obviously, we've got lots of young talent at the moment. What does the hot stock needs to do to keep people coming in, to keep people interested, and to allow it to continue to thrive? What's good about the formula and what needs to continue?
I think you got to keep the cost down, ain't you? Whatever way you do it, trying to keep the cost down. Obviously, everything gets expensive, not just stuff in V8s. And I think it don't always help having too many meetings sometimes. Do you know what I mean? You can have too many meetings and your car numbers are going to suffer then.
If you were elected chairman, and you had to make some changes, is there anything that you think that jumps to mind you'd like to do?
I know people say, I don't know what they call me, but the engine side now is probably getting, Rovers are old, aren't they? Is it time for a change? I don't know. I mean,
we've seen that in other formulas. We've talked about the V8 Tour before, and Guy will show you've got one of the cars that run with that formula that you're moving back over. They've gone down Chevy route. How long are we going to continue to run these Rovers? How long is it sustainable to keep running the Rovers? And maybe why is there reluctance for change from the hot stocks?
I think really the problem you is, and like Kev will understand this himself, I think everybody would be open to change things or even just tweak stuff so they can make more parts available to keep Rovers going, because at the moment the rules sort of stipulate what you've got to run in a Rover, whereas there's probably more stuff out there, but people always get a fear of, that's going to be better than mine, or we can't get that kind of thing. But the problem you've got is, say, just for example, if Kev had a fully built 3.5 sat behind us, and then they go and vote into, let's say, we're going to run a 350 Chevy next year, and that does prove to be better, you've got a lot of money in an engine sat.
Yeah,
what are you going to do with it? Like,
no one's going to want it.
Yeah, because none of the hot stock lads are going to buy it, because obviously it's not going to be better than what they've just brought in. So,
the thing is that I've always found as well, it's not just the engines that's the issue. It's the availability of everything. You're running on axles or out of bands from the 80s. I'm surprised a decent engineer hasn't made an axle, because F1s are running them.
yeah.
V8s are running them. You know, a front axle. You say, if someone says to me, I'm going to build a car, or myself when I was building cars, right, I need a front axle. Where do you go now to find one of those front axles?
Yeah.
I know you can build them yourself now, but you still need the ends and the stuff to build the axles.
It's the same.
It's just availability, isn't it? Same as leaf springs and stuff. Finding the right leaf springs is so. I think that's the main thing. What I'd change is try and make the availability more easier to do.
And I think it's backwards with it as well. The bits which, again, the rules stipulate, probably back 10, 20 years ago, they was cheap, but now things like, even if you try and buy it on a cheap and look on eBay for it, you're paying serious money, probably more than a newer, moderner, more affordable bits out there, but it's just not, you're not allowed to run it, kind of thing.
So do they need to look for alternatives? Do people just need to be fabricating stuff from scratch? We're still trying to run scrapyard parts, but these parts aren't
not in the scrapyard
because the vehicles are long gone.
How do you find getting wheels now? Do you still struggle with wheels?
The wheels is all right, but it's just the pain in the arse of cutting the old centres out to put new ones in, which is the time-consuming job.
So other than the V8, you don't just work on V8. You've done some work on some F1s as well. What kind of things are you doing? What's your involvement there with work on people's F1 stock cars?
I wouldn't say I do lots of work on F1s. Obviously, I've done some work for Ollie Spencer on his new one. apart from that, when Tom Harris moved back down here, he always said, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to come with us to the tracks and help whenever you want. So that's basically what I do. If I'm not doing anything or want to go racing, I'll go to, because it only takes about half an hour to get to Tom's house from here, from my house. So it's not the end of the world, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from work, it's only 10 minutes from work. So I've before gone after work to his house. Like that.
Any temptations to build an F1?
No.
You not think you've got any?
No, I don't.
Secrets or anything?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
No. Stick with the V8s.
Stick with the V8s.
Stick with building the V8s.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit earlier about fixtures. You've seen a draft list. We don't know when it's going to come out. There's lots going on with fixtures. I'm sure everybody knows. Are there any tracks that the hot stocks aren't racing at that you would like to see them at, or you think would be good for them to race at?
Not a track that I haven't been to. No, I don't think so.
You said you liked Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
How to go out Scunthorpe?
Yeah, I raced Scunthorpe. Yeah. Did you race Scunthorpe?
I was racing him, but I didn't actually do it because I think that was 2009-ish, and we were still sort of finding our feet at that point.
Yeah,
so
I raced there. It was a good track. I always think like the smaller tracks and that suit V8s better. Like Mildenhall, I think Mildenhall is a great track. I used to love going to Mildenhall.
Did you ever get a chance to do Swindon, or was that a bit before your?
I can't remember what it was like. I did go there once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't that good round there. That was when I'd sort of having a go in Neil's. Yeah, but yeah, I did go there.
What were your favourite tracks? Well, we've lost a lot recently, unfortunately. But where did you like?
Mildenhall. I used to love going Mildenhall. Skegness is a tarmac track. Skegness, Birmingham. I preferred the tracks, like tarmac tracks with sort of wider bends and shorter straights. I always found it was more. Do you know what I mean? If you can't handle well, it was better. I find Buxton, like obviously I haven't been to Buxton since they changed the corners, but the old Buxton I just find it's sort of tight corners, long straights, and it didn't really.
I think they've tried to spice it. We went, didn't we, for the first meeting? Yeah,
I mean, to watch, I think they've done a good job, but the trouble is, like, you'll be the same as us. From where we're based, and it's a drag up to Buxton.
Yeah, with the hills and stuff, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you still do attend meetings. Are there any drivers that kind of caught your eye, or drivers that you think in 2026 might be up there? Tom Brighton's sort of stamped himself as the man to beat at the moment. Who do you think might be able to challenge him this year? I
haven't been to any V8 meetings, but Gracie Squire's done quite well this year, hasn't she?
Yeah, and she's only running one car as well.
One car. Has she done? She's doing shale? Or I know I've seen her winning race on tarmac. But
yeah. She won the European at Ipswich.
Oh right, yeah.
She was podium at Bradford. She won your dad's memorial at Northampton as well.
Yeah.
So she's definitely one to watch.
Obviously, I know, like, I think Timmy Aldridge. I know he had like a lot of bad luck this year, but I think if he didn't have the bad luck, I think he would be one of the ones, because he's quite a hard stock car driver.
He's quite a fiery.
Yeah,
and I think people like that.
Yeah, I think he would probably be the one to beat if he could get it together and.
Yeah, stay away from that fence at Yarmouth, Timmy.
The thing is, as well, it don't matter how good you are, what you've got underneath you. Like, everybody now and again, you'll be at it. You have an odd year in every so many years where just nothing goes right.
No, yeah,
like, I mean, engines go or just things break, and before you know it, your season's sort of 3/4 done, and you feel like you've done nothing. But
I know I had a few bad years, probably 2017, 2018 or something, and I think like one year, say 10 finals, only finished like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was just down. It was just like dizzy drives breaking. Everything was at your control. Do you know what I mean? The dizzy drives breaking and the stuff when they were playing up and stuff like that. And it was just.
Well, we saw similar this year going into the last race, the Northern Midlands. You were in a fairly good place to take it. And then what happened there that meant the car backed up?
Dizzy.
Was motor arm, was it? Or
Yeah, rotor arm snap. Never had that before, to be fair. Just one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's just stock car race. As they say, it's stock car, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Can happen to anybody.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of luck involved as well, isn't there? I think.
Yeah.
So when we come along to these, we always make notes and we try and talk about things that we think would be of interest. And we've had obviously a chat off camera. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up? Anybody you wanted to mention at all?
There's quite a few people. I mean, start with obviously from building the cars. I got the two lads that used to come up on a Friday. Used to come up on a Friday night and still do. Obviously, got Stuart and Jerry Ridley. Obviously, unfortunately, Stuart passed away last year with cancer. But yeah, they've helped me out quite a bit. Obviously, on a Friday night, we sort of come up, had a giggle, a bit of a socialise, and got on, and yeah, for a few hours, and yeah, they've helped. And obviously, over the years, everyone what's sponsored me and helped, because without the sponsors, I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Every little helps, as they say. I wouldn't have gone through. And obviously, my brother Neil, like to say, we're here now, and without his facilities and without all the money and stuff he put and the sponsorship towards me racing, I wouldn't been able to race all these years without him, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of that goes forgotten sometimes, because we as fans, we go to the track and we watch the meeting, but you don't think about facilities, tools, workshops. You know, you're running the business out of here, but without those sort of things, you're going to struggle, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's all that behind the scenes stuff that maybe goes missed.
People don't see,
is what I guess gets you to kind of where you got to, because you had the opportunity to build cars and do those.
That's it. Yeah, I'll say I've been pretty lucky to, do you know what I mean, to have the space and that to do it. I know a lot of people haven't got that space and work out of a double garage or whatever on the side of the house, which can't be easy. So yeah, I think I've been pretty lucky.
He always makes me laugh with him and Neil, because I always think back to your final meeting at Sheffield. They done that special race for you.
Yeah.
And obviously, Kev was totally oblivious, and so was Neil. I don't know if Neil knew about it. I can't actually remember, but we all got told it was only like a select few of us, wasn't it? Like about 10 of us. Neil said, we're doing this race. Kev's going to start up front. We've got a car. Neil's going out up front. It's got to be Kev win, Neil finish second, or Neil beat Kev, and vice versa. But so we all went out there. Track was muddy as anything. Kev obviously didn't know the memo, so green flag drop.
I was gone.
He went off in the distance about half a lap in front. Well, Neil's car got a misfire or something. And it was funny because he just had 8 of us all like pushing him around for 8 laps for all the crap just to make sure we finished the race.
Yeah, Steve Thompson was covered, he was.
Yeah.
I'm sure I spoke to you. I wasn't there. I spoke to you afterwards, and you said something like that no one had realised that Neil had not been in a car for so long. So actually, it was
he was trying to find his feet, and then he said it got like 2 laps in, it started running sick, and so he literally just had 8 of us, nose to tail, pushing him, and the track was literally waterlogged, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Kev's there, like coming around to lap us all, as we were pushing him around.
I think back to when me and Neil were racing, that when I sort of just started, there was a video somewhere of Northampton, and I come up and I passed him, and as I passed him, I waved at him. Well, at the end of the race, he'd last bended me, left it all on.
How long did your careers kind of cross over for?
I think, obviously, I started fully in 2003. When did Neil retire? Trying to think when he retired. 3 or 4 seasons, maybe. At a guess. We sort of raced together.
And what's that? We talked earlier. Is that, doesn't matter who it is, you all got your helmets on, we're all racing, or did it?
I think so, yeah.
Never crossed your mind just to go a bit easy?
I don't know. Oh, you sort of just let him go, don't you? Or something, unless it's for a win, but yeah.
Right. We touched earlier on 2021 and the big accident at Bradford, and just off camera, Guy mentioned, obviously, it was really close in the national points that year. We just wanted to kind of touch on that and how that all went down to the wire, because did that go right down to the last? Was that a last race as well.
Yeah, I think was it Sheffield.
Well, I remember. I don't ask because obviously I was doing my own thing, but I remember. I don't know if it was a final or what, but weren't Steve out trying to back you into a pack or something?
Probably, yeah.
It was like, again, it was like 4 or 5 of us, which was you sort of see what was happening, but it's kind of, I don't know if you call it racers etiquette, but like the other drivers, you naturally, if you got anything about you don't want to get too involved, do you? Because if you take somebody out that is in contention, you're going to feel the biggest knob going, really, aren't you? So, but yeah, for me personally, watching these, I think if you was a fan that day, that had everything you wanted, because you had 3 of you going at it.
Yeah.
And then you had like the underdog of John Brown, and he was...
He wouldn't want it. He'd have been on the dog track, definitely. He weren't going to lap me. I'd have put him straight in, yeah.
Did he get turned around in one of the heats as well? I remember down the straight. I've tried everything to like beat you that year.
I don't know.
That was quite a rivalry as well. We've talked about Steve Thompson, but you and John Brown had some really good races as well towards the end. What was it like racing with John? Because he's been at the top now for quite a while.
Was it races or was he just out of control? I don't know.
Enjoy racing with John, or?
I'd enjoyed racing with everyone, really.
He picks on you, doesn't he? John Brown picks on you at Skegness. Broke your wing. I think Dan Squire mentioned him as well, climbing up for Gracie as well.
Menace, isn't he?
To be fair, he should have won the Buxton World Final, but he, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he thought me and Steve were going to take each other out and he was going to win it that way or what, but he disappeared somewhere.
I think he's always going to be up there in the big races, John.
Sort of one of them drivers, as I said, you sort of look, for me personally, obviously it was you and Steve, but John's always seems one of them. Even if he's not always there every meeting, when it comes to a big race, he seems to be there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like you can never fully rule him out, which probably knocks to them really, but
no,
he managed to get the British at Bradford. And that kind of, I think, maybe took the monkey off his back, and then he went on
win the points
as well. But
yeah,
I think Is it a lot of weight having that silver roof? Do you think people target you with that?
I don't think it's so much as a target. I think people expect you. I think it's the same with the world as well. People expect you to go and be quick every meeting. Like you should be. I mean, if you've got the silver or the gold, you should be winning every race, every meeting. You should be winning. As that's what I see as a spectator point of view.
Well, because you stand out, you start at the back. You've got if you're gold or silver.
Yeah, that's it. People, if you go to a meeting, people go, "Oh, going to mainly watch the gold or the silver, aren't they? They're the ones to watch." So yeah, I think that's where like the pressure comes.
I think looking in as well from when I started, which was 2008. When you look back at your career, was it 25 years or 20 years?
Probably getting on, 20 towards 25, I'd say.
Just in the people I know, like obviously when I come in, it was you and Chris Fort.
Yeah.
Sort of squabbling amongst the top. Then it was obviously Mark Allen for a bit. And then you went to Chris Brazier.
Yeah.
When you think of it, you've had a lot of people come and go in your time span, and you've sort of had to in a way, you've had all your titles all in that big, so you've always sort of been there and shared it with them, haven't you, if that makes sense, which is probably knocks to you as well. So.
Right, so like I say, we've kind of come towards the end of what we've got noted down. Is there anything else, Guy, you wanted to touch on? I know you wanted to stir things up over bands. We managed to get that in, so
I don't think so.
we're pleased about that. There is some top secret stuff going on here, and there will be a brand new Stutchbury car on track this year. Yeah. So that'll be exciting. Do you anticipate success for that driver when they get out in that?
I hope so.
Hopes for that?
Yeah. Every car I build out success. I don't want it to be a piece of crap, but hopefully,
we shall see.
I always think, like you mentioned that as well, I just think it's another funny thing because he's quite handy at go-karting, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just went out at Christmas karting, pulled out a big lead, and then I went and scuppered.
Went straight on at the sharp turn. Went grass cutting jolly, didn't you?
Pulled us out a good lead, probably about few minutes gap, and then he said, just keep it on track, we got it. So I think, was it Jay Carey on with us as well?
Yeah, Jay Carr is in our team.
Team of 3, and yeah, didn't anticipate.
I think we got us back to 3rd, didn't we?
Yeah. That always sticks in my head. I remember Shannon was like, you absolute knob. But yeah.
Right. Well, thank you very much for having us.
No problem.
I know you've mentioned sponsors and things. Is there anybody else you just want to say a thank you to before we wrap up?
I suppose, yeah. I can't not mention the family. Obviously, Jill, my partner, and the kids letting me do what I've done for so many years. And, you know, it does take a bit of toll on the family because she was going to events with the kids on her own and I was still going racing or doing the cars down here to go racing. So, yeah, I can't not thank them for having a bit of patience with me.
Brilliant.
And Gavy's waiting for his next year.
Get me a wing down, mate, and get it polished ready.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here first. Breaking news.
Gav's been fluffing for this, keeps messaging when you're doing the old Kev podcast.
Yeah.
So
brilliant, right. Thank you very much. Do you want to finish off with plugging your YouTube? Like and share the page, like and share this, it all helps, and I hope you enjoyed what we've been doing. Keep trying, and we have got a few more bits planned, haven't we, if we can get people on board. Yeah.
So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and hope you enjoy it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good, thank you very much. It's all right, weren't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.